Years, Ajiron community in Lagos has battled the menace of land grabbing. As the situation reached an alarming rate, those concerned are looking for way out. According to youths in the community, long-term neglect should be blamed for the problem and called for urgent intervention. TVC News' Nelson Etta was at the community to assess the situation. Let's share the story with you.
Ajiro, an ancient, serene and economically viable settlement in Etiosa local government area of Lagos State, is bounded by the Atlantic Ocean in the south and the Lagos Lagoon in the east. It is about 9 kilometers northeast of Lagos Island along the Lagos-Etiosa Expressway. First inhabited by two brothers on a hunting expedition in the 15th century, the ancient city is blessed with vast land. Youths of Ajiro, under the umbrella of Ojomu Youth Forum, led by its chairman Tajuddin Ahmed, accused the Ojomu of Ajiro of neglecting and sidelining them from sharing in what they call their common patrimony, land.
When he ascended the throne, 5 members of this community, chiefs, were signing all documents and transactions of the family, including they have access to the family's accounts. But 3 of them are late, and they themselves have replaced those late chiefs, but they did not allow them to have access to the document of the family. So for about 15 years that the three of them are late and they've replaced them, it is just these 2 people that are signing all land transactions of the family. They are the only ones that have access to the family's account. They are the only ones that know what is coming into the family's account and what is going out.
What our father left for us to be, at least to become something, he have embezzled it. And all their children are going abroad, going and coming back. We are just suffering here for this agenda for nothing.
The youth also accused the traditional ruler of making his son signatory to land documents as well as not working to develop Ajiro community after 30 years on the throne.
Presently, what they did to show that is the fact that the first son of our king was a former member of House of Assembly for 8 years, a former member of House of Representatives for 8 years, making 16 years. Despite that, his father is the king. He did not bring a single development to this community. After that, presently now, since he did not get a re-election to the House of Reps, his father has imposed him as the lawyer to the community of this community. So he's the one that is in charge of making and preparing all deeds of assignment of land transaction while his father will sign it. The same thing to Alhaji Bakari, this principal member, the second in command to the king. He also has imposed his daughter-in-law, who is a lawyer, to be the second lawyer to the community. So his own daughter lawyer too will prepare deed of assignment and the father-in-law will sign it. So indirectly they are telling us that after their reign, their children is coming to take over.
The KBC and this Alhaji Bakari, they have to go to Alausa and introduce their children to become a lawyer of this community after they left. So the other one will be the signatory of all the other property that will be there. Immediately we got that information, we write straight to Alausa. We write straight to Alausa that they should not honor that letter because it is not, we did it, nobody knows. They did it on their own perfect.
We found out that they went about forging the signatures of the authentic signatories and then convince them or deal with them at Alausa with these people who are buying the land, bribing their way through to get approval. But we found out that in fact, the Alausa themselves hinted us that there were too many forged documents being presented to them at Alausa.
Oba Akinloye, who ascended the throne of his forefathers on the 23rd of October 1993 as the 14th Ojomu of Ajiro land, has been on the throne for 30 years.
This area was marshy, low water level was low. So its area was marshy and flooded during the rainy season. It was mainly fishermen, apart from being farmers.
Up to 30 years in power, in his stool now.
Ajiro has 4 ruling houses who join hands with the reigning Oba to oversee development of the town.
Ajino is composed of 4 main ruling houses, and there are compounds anyway. They call it Agbole. So there are 5 or 6 of those ones, and there are 4 ruling houses.
Which one are you from, Kabi?
I'm from Shatiru House, Shatiru ruling house. In those days, people had their own farmlands, and it is on their farmlands that they generate their income. But when the civilization came, or age of civilization came, specifically around 1980, now or thereabout, when there was the land use decree, and that was then they said all land belonged to the government, and well, with that, it means that the family lands got taken away from the family. But then what happened then was that they allowed us to have village decisions.
We have 4 ruling houses, and from one side of it, my own is Ejo family. We have Ailolo family. We have Akiso family.
The youth say they want equal rights and share in the proceeds of the sale of land in Ajiro, as well as more development.
Well, what we are asking, we are speaking on behalf of all indigenes of this community, both the elderly, the aged, and the young ones. We want the government to come to our aid. This is not the first time we've been making this clarion call. And they felt the only thing they can do is to blackmail the chairman of this noble organization, which is Alhaji Ahmed Tajuddin, calling him all sorts of names. And I want to tell you now, if not for Ahmed, this community would not be the way it is. You can move round and ask the elderly, ask housewives, ask the young people. Ahmed Tajuddin is the only one that is assisting the indigenes of this community.
We want good road, hospital, market, scholarship, all amenities that will be benefit, that we know that this place will be okay, this Ajino will be okay. That is all we need.
Meanwhile, Oba Akinloye called for peace and asked the youth to embrace dialogue.
There's a committee of elders within the Etiosa who have come in to bring them to the round table talk and all those, which we said, okay, we are ready. But they now said, okay, the composition of the Ojomuin Council, there are old men and all those things. Yes, there is the experience that we are going to do about with. But we have said, okay, some of these younger elements can now come into the council, and then from there, we continue to, well, they themselves, they have put themselves into a gang that, well, they said they want to bring, I don't know what they want.
They all agreed that the development of Ajiro in terms of education, health, power, economy, and more will not only impact residents of the community, but generations to come.
For more on this story on Ajiro, just watch TVC Insight Wednesday by 9 p.m. for the elaborate version of 30 minutes. What we did earlier, we got a complaint from one side and we decided to launch an investigation. A reporter went there, he was on ground, and he was able to give us the 2 perspectives of this.
Yes. What actually happened was that one of our bosses, after watching what happened, then directed that we should go back there and do a fuller story, So this is the product of the fuller story. All I want the young people who are accused of land grabbing, all I want from them is for them to be calm, be law-abiding. Just as the KBC said, there is a need for dialogue. There is no issue that is beyond the resolution. They have their demands And I think the elders of the community need to also look at some of the demands of these young people. A situation in which people will start fretting, people will have this fear that the young people would attack people in the community and all that, to the point that even when KBC was to celebrate his 30th anniversary, there was so much tension that the young guys are going to disrupt it. Yes. So what we want, let's have peace in that community.
People should stop taking laws into their hands.
They should. Let's have peace, and whatever can lead us to peace, both sides have to make the concession. You know, so the young people have spoken, the elders who have spoken, the traditional ruler has said, let's have dialogue. We should expect that they will be able to come together in the interest of the community, and I also expect the Lagos State government to visit the community and give them some of what they desperately need. Or they complain about infrastructure decay, lack of some of the basic things that should be in a community like that. You know?
I've seen beautiful houses here.
No. It's not. People, you can see beautiful houses, but how many schools are there? The primary health center, how equipped it is. You need to see, should the roads be flooded like this? You know?
That is,
So Lagos State government should also visit the community and do their best to fix infrastructure there, because this is a smaller version of the story. The complete story is not told. There are things that the community needs.
Our viewers should watch the next episode of TVC Insights Wednesday by 9 p.m.
Basically, I think I have some guys who stay around that place, and
Big boys.
yes, and I think
Some parts of the place, there are slums there as well.
yeah,
It's not everywhere that is fine.
that's where you have Chevron. Chevron pays royalty to the family, and from what I've gathered there are about 4 families. Just 2 cannot be controlling the patrimony of 4. I think like the KBC said, it should bring those youths together so that they can also involve them in
part of the building of the community.
building of the community. While we also call on the governor to direct the Ministry of Local Government to intervene so that where they have some disagreements, they can help them to sort it. Like especially the issue of those who signed for the sale of the land. I learned that there was a time Chevron reclaimed several hectares of land and gave the community 175 hectares. 175 acres. There are 6 plots in an acre. 1 plot of land in that area goes for between 150 to 200 million. So that's why these youths are agitated.
Serious money.
So serious money is involved.
What's at stake?
And because Chevron keeps developing their, there's something we call Chevron Cooperative, buys land from these people, reclaim, and now give them part of it as settlement. Then Chevron gives a particular sum of money.
Okay, those sandfill?
Yeah, they will sandfill. And after sandfilling,
expand it.
they will now give the community part. They own all
This
those
Chevron
lands.
that is telling this story, we are not in position to verify some of it. That is my concern.
Yeah, so, but basically, the KBC and the elders should call these guys.
All the boys together.
And,
they are children now, so it shouldn't be. For me, the kind of tension in the community before the traditional ruler's 30th celebration, 30th anniversary, shouldn't have happened. To the point that even the boys stayed away, So there is need for unity, and they need to come together to develop the community. I just think that it is not impossible for both sides to come together. And that young guy speaking on their behalf appears to be educated.
Not looking at the way it was painted.
No, nobody even painted. It was not mentioned in the story at all. It was other people. I think it was Ahmed that they were talking about. This one, what I'm saying, at least as the spokesperson,
is the secretary of the Ojomo Youth.
Looks educated, and that should also help in decision making. If the elders are calling for peace, my own feeling is that the young people should also be ready, to embrace the elders and let's have peace. Because if they start fighting in that area, there's nothing that anybody benefits from. So I'm happy that the traditional ruler actually stood for peace. It's not arrogant in the way it came across, and we can only hope that in the end, peace will be achieved.
Okay, absolutely.